Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about the summer blockbuster James Gunn's Superman 2025. This movie stars Nicholas Hoult, who you might know from the X-Men trilogy, Rachel Brosnahan, who you might know from the amazing Amazon Prime series The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and David Cornsweet, who you might know from earlier last year's summer blockbuster Twisters. In this movie, Superman is a hero to the people of Metropolis. He works at the Daily Planet by day, and at night he goes around helping people and saving their lives. One thing that I really appreciate about this particular incarnation of the Superman story is how much lighter the story is and how much more fun it is. Me and my mom marathoned a lot of Superman movies before this. We watched the original Christopher Reeve one, which was a lot of fun. We also watched Man of Steel, directed by Zack Snyder, which was a good movie, but it was very, very dark. It was unnecessarily long and cold. This movie brings Superman back to a much lighter tone and a much younger audience, which I think serves the story well. I would say that the thing that separates this Superman from the previous incarnation, played by Henry Cavill, is just his overall positive attitude. He believes kindness is punk rock, and he believes that positivity and just good vibes can help the people of Metropolis. One of my favorite scenes is when a kaiju attacks a soccer stadium. Superman has to fight him off, and I think that is just the scene of 2025. It is so ridiculous. It is so much fun. There's so much energy and colors and vibrance and all of that. Another wonderful thing about this movie is the way it introduces the Justice Gang. I don't like how the previous Superman movies introduced the Justice Gang because it was a little slow and a little boring. But in this one, you got Green Lantern with his awesome ring that fights. You got Hawk Girl with her magic spear that flies around. These characters are just so much fun, and they really help Superman with his objective. Another thing I like that has really been in all of the Superman movies is Superman is not 100% trusted. Some people love him for saving the city of Metropolis. Some people are unsure of him being a vigilante, and they're not sure if he's on our side. Superman decides to give an in-depth interview with Lois Lane in his apartment to set the record straight. I really like this scene because Lois Lane calls him out and says, as much as you are helping people, you are breaking the law, and you are going to other countries and representing the United States. And he says, I'm not representing anyone other than myself because I believe in doing good, and I believe that we can do more. Elsewhere, Lex Luthor is in a magical ice prison where he builds monsters and he has magic powers, and he plans to say, if people aren't sure about Superman now, wait until I build more monsters for him to fight. And that's exactly what he does. And it leads to another amazing action scene in the ice prison where we meet Crypto, Superman's magic dog that also flies. One real world thing about Crypto that I love is that he has led to a real life influx of dog fosterings in the United States. And I just think that is the most punk rock amazing thing of all. It's time to go to the end of the movie. One thing I don't like is that I think the fighting scenes could have been a little bit longer and a little better choreographed, But one thing I love, spoiler alert, is Lex Luthor lives. Superman does not kill Lex Luthor, which means he can come back in the sequel. Another major spoiler, we meet Supergirl. And she is the fun, devil-may-care 17-year-old girl who is just kind of blah. She's just vibing. And she likes to stay at Superman's house and watch Crypto. And I cannot wait to hear more of her story. Superman is not always my favorite character because sometimes I just don't think it's enough fun. It might also be because a lot of the Superman movies were made before I was born and there's not as much action as there were in the ones that I would later watch. Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, and of course, James Gunn Superman. But you gotta crawl before you run. I am very excited that this movie is going to launch the new DCU. I am very excited about the new stories that we will get in this world. I am going to give this movie an A-. This is one of the movies of the summer. Do not miss this. My name's Josh Buck, and until next time, goodbye.